What is going on, my crypto fam? RJ here. And in today's video, we are going to go ahead and talk about just the overall market sentiment, this bearish environment that we are in. But not only that, how to really capitalize on it. Now, I've been preaching this since the very early days of my YouTube journey, which was last year when I really started talking about crypto and investment and how I tied crypto and my normal investing strategies together. And so in this video, I'm really going to go ahead and hone in on those principles, hone in on those strategies, and hone in on that mindset on how to really start looking at the market and how I navigate the markets. And stick around all the way till the end of the video so you guys can see how I'm dividing my portfolio and where I'm kind of allocating my money, but also where I'm keeping an eye out for potential new projects. Now, before we get started, if you guys haven't already, please consider smashing that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you guys are notified every single time I upload new content. We do have some very educational and informative stuff and what I think is really invaluable information coming up. So without further ado, let's dive right on in to the flight deck. Welcome to the flight deck, everyone. Let's go ahead and start this video with Casey. Now, if you guys aren't subscribed to Crypto Casey, do me a favor and head over to her channel. Crypto Casey has 340,000 subscribers, so she's a really good channel to watch when it comes to world economics and cryptocurrency and how it affects her portfolio and things she's looking out for and things she's watching, as well as her information is very easily digestible. When you're learning new technologies, when you're learning new skills, when you're trying to get into something that really puts you outside your comfort zone, it is very difficult to just absorb the information. Things normally fly off our heads. Even when I try explaining things, I try to break it down as simple as possible so that I don't have glossy-eyed people watching my videos. Crypto Casey is very good in how she delivers messages and how she delivers that information so that you can easily absorb it. What I want to touch on in her video is, if you guys haven't already, please head over to this particular video where she breaks down in 27 minutes just how she became a multi-millionaire at the age of 28. And that is because of bear markets and, of course, her applying her knowledge and patience in the crypto space. And this is what I've been saying for the longest time. I say this in tweets, I say this in my videos, and I say this overall, that millionaires and wealth is built on bear markets. That is where millionaires are made, not in bull markets. When we're in bull markets, things are at all-time highs. Everyone's super enthusiastic. Everything is in the green, but your profit margins are marginal unless things continue to boom up. Bear markets is where the wealth transfer really is. And this is where Crypto Casey kind of talks about it. And here she even has a chapter called Biggest Wealth Transfers and how that happens in bear markets. And then, of course, the emotional side of things. I've told you guys this, that as a day trader, there's books on day trading strategies that's like 200 pages. You learn the strategies, good. The psychology books of day trading is double that. It's like 400 to 500 pages. That's because emotion is the hardest thing to navigate and control when you are an investor. Whether you're day trading, whether you're investing, whether you're in real estate, emotion plays a huge role. And those that can stay level-headed throughout the entire thing normally has a greater chance of coming up ahead. And then in one of the chapters, she talks about how bear markets inevitably always come to an end. The market has cycles, right? You have downs, you have ups, you have downs, you have ups. This happens in the equities and stock markets. This happens in the real estate, and this happens in crypto. Everything has a cycle. And so she talks about that in this video. But the one thing I want to show you guys here is the numbers. She breaks down the numbers, in which I got to give credit to Casey because she shows you guys how much you would have made if you just dollar cost averaged from the beginning of the bear market to the end of the bear market, and how much you would have made if you dollar cost averaged on a bull market. And the difference, ladies and gentlemen, is absolutely staggering and eye-opening. And this is why I want to cover this. So let's go ahead and get to that point where she talks about the numbers and she's calculated everything here. So
historical price data for both time periods to compare gains for Bitcoin versus Ethereum and versus Doge. Using the price data, I calculated the total amount of each crypto a $10 investment would have gotten you at its specific price on that particular day for each separate time period, the bear versus the bull cycle. Then I calculated what the value of the total amount of the crypto you would have accumulated during the time period equates to today. Let's start with Bitcoin. If you had bought $10 worth of Bitcoin every day from October 1st, 2020 through this week during this bull cycle, you would have accumulated about 0.1676 Bitcoin, which at the time of this video is worth $6,478. So from your total investment over that time period of $5,730, you would have made $748, which works out to about a 13% gain. Now, if you had bought $10 worth of Bitcoin every day from January 1st, 2018 through September 30th, 2020,
so these timeframes, the January 2018 to September 2020, is the bear market cycle. The first one was obviously the start of the bull market.
The last bear market, you would have accumulated about 1.4235 Bitcoin, which at the time of this video is worth $55,021. So from your total investment over that time period of $10,040, you would have made $44,981, which works out to about a 448% gain. Amazing. So you can already see the vast difference a market cycle can make when investing a steady amount over time. And just to show you the difference between Bitcoin, the most mature cryptocurrency with the largest market cap and most price stability, let's look at how a steady investment in the second largest crypto by market cap, Ethereum, compares, as well as a substantially smaller, extremely risky meme coin, Dogecoin, compares. So, if you had bought $10 worth of Ethereum every day from October 1st, 2020 through this week during this bull cycle, you would have accumulated about 3.8907 Ether, which at the time of this video is worth $11,151. So from your total investment over that time period of $5,730, you would have made $5,421, which works out to about a 95% gain.
Nice.
Now, if you had bought $10 worth of Ether every day from January 1st, 2018 through September 30th, 2020 during the last bear market, you would have accumulated about 46.4043 ETH, which at the time of this video is worth $133,001. So from your total investment over that time period of $10,040, you would have made $122,961, which works out to about a 1,225% gain. Incredible. Finally, let's check out Dogecoin. If you had bought $10 worth of Dogecoin every day from October 1st, 2020 through this week during this bull cycle, you would have accumulated about 366,684 Doge, which at the time of this video is worth $52,166. So from your total investment over that time period of $5,730, you would have made $46,436, which works out to about an 810% gain.
Crazy.
Cool. Now, if you had bought $10 worth of Dogecoin every day from January 1st, 2018 through September 30th, 2020 during the last bear market, you would have accumulated about 5,410,138 Doge, which at the time of this video is worth $769,679. So from your total investment over that time period of $10,040, you would have made $759,729, which works out to about a 7,566% gain. Unbelievable. Now that we know the mindset shift that needs to take place and a simple proven strategy we can implement during bear cycles to accumulate and compound wealth, let's talk about one of the best advantages of bear markets that most people completely miss out on. In bear markets, people get scared, they sell, and they ultimately get bored and turn their attention elsewhere, sometimes for good, or sometimes until the next bull cycle. All the media hype dies down. All your crypto chats go quiet. Some project development slows or comes to a halt altogether. The whole crypto space just hunkers down for the winter. Yes, it sounds hopeless and unfortunate, but bear markets are actually gifts that most of us won't recognize or bother to redeem.
So there in it lies the gift, right? Bear markets are gifts. And so before I touch on my next couple quotes here, I've always believed, and my background in investing comes from the same style as Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, which is value style investing. And that's finding a company or a stock that you really, really believe in, that you know will be around for the long run, and that you know how to evaluate. Once you've figured out how to evaluate a company and you've found one that you really like, then you've figured out its price, and then its on sale price, meaning you need to wait for an event to kick in to drop the price so that it is on sale. Because remember, price and value does not equal the same thing. If Chipotle stock is valued up here and the price drops down here, this price down here does not equal the value of Chipotle. There was just a factor of an event that put that price on sale. And so in this particular circumstance, if we believe in something like Bitcoin or Ethereum or Dogecoin or Cardano, and we know its value is like limitless, we are waiting for events to happen to put things on sale. And these events don't happen quite often. If we take a look at Chipotle for one, we know that Chipotle's stock price is absolutely astronomical. When does Chipotle's stock price go on sale? The last that happened was, I think, 2012 or 2013, when there was an E. coli outbreak. That is what's called an event that puts that stock on sale, allowing you to purchase in at a discounted price. These events don't happen often. And so when Casey's talking about that these events or these bear markets happen, these are gifts presented to us, and we have to be able to recognize them as such. Do not be scared just because we're in a bear market, things are bloody, everyone's screaming bloody murder. That is the time to load up your bag and purchase. And so let's go ahead and go back here where we're just going to quote my boy Warren Buffett, and then I'm going to go immediately to a quote afterwards, because I know there's a lot of negative sentiment towards Warren Buffett right now and Charlie Munger, because they made a statement about Bitcoin and stuff like that. So Warren Buffett says, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. And so with that being said, yes, Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger just went ahead and said that they would not buy Bitcoin. If someone offered to sell them Bitcoin at $25, they would say no. Charlie Munger says Bitcoin is rat poison. Okay, cool, right? But here's a tweet from Pomp, which I absolutely agree with. Reminder, it is possible to think that Warren Buffett is one of the best investors in history, for sure, while also believing that he isn't the best source of insight on the technology sector. You can have one and two in the same. Warren Buffett is considered one of the greatest investors of all time, but it is also possible that he's not the best insight on when it comes to technology or crypto space. But that does not mean that you cannot take their teachings and their strategies and implement that into a sector or industry that you like. So for example, let's take it back to crypto. Yes, they may not believe in crypto, but their teachings and principles can still be applied in this space. So when we are in a bear market, everyone's screaming bloody murder, the markets are filled with blood, that is when there's a lot of fear in the market. And this is how I navigate my market. Yes, I'm still human. I succumb to human emotion. So when everyone's screaming bloody murder, I can't help sometimes be like, oh man, this is kind of scary. But I resort to this compass. And if there's a lot of fear, that's a time I should be greedy. That's a time you should be finding companies or cryptos that you really like and believe in and double down. That's when you start loading up. That's when you start buying. And then of course, when there's a lot of market sentiment, be fearful when others are greedy. For example, Dogecoin. When Dogecoin was at its all-time high, all-time peak, unlimited Dogecoin memes, it's making mainstream media. There's just so much sentiment. That is the time to be fearful and to start taking profits. Okay, so that is how I navigate bear markets, and that is how I handle my emotions and my strategies moving forward. Now, one of the things people ask me all the time is, how do you allocate your portfolio and what is your best strategy? So kind of like what Casey was talking about, she kind of helps you in this video where she tells you where her money's kind of at and how she's navigating it. I will give you guys a very brief high-level overview of how I'm allocating my money and where I'm looking as well. So in terms of blue chip, of course, I'm invested in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the godfather. Bitcoin is the big kahuna of the crypto space. With the #1 market cap, it's not going anywhere. So of course, I have an allocation of my portfolio into Bitcoin. Now, the second buy and hold that I am really starting to load up on is Constellation DAG. Constellation DAG has been flying under the radar for those that don't know a lot about it because it's not sparkly and fancy and flashy right now. But Constellation DAG has been out for a while, and the person that deserves the credit and the shout out for introducing me to Constellation DAG is, of course, Stonepipes. If you guys haven't already, I did do an interview with Stonepipes on my channel where he gives you a lot of insight on how and where he's come from and how he got to where he is today. But Stonepipes is an avid believer of Constellation DAG, and he opened my eyes to it. And when we're taking a look at Stonepipes, this man has 6 soft nodes on Constellation DAG. And to just give you guys an idea of how much one node is right now for Constellation DAG, it is 250,000 DAG tokens. And so let's show you guys how much that exactly is right now. So if we take a look at DAG over here on CoinGecko, in order to have one soft node on Constellation DAG, you will need about $40,242 to have a node on Constellation. And so if you guys don't know what Constellation DAG is, please do some research, do your own research, do your own due diligence on who they are and what they are. There is a really good video out there that gives you a 15-minute explanation on what Constellation really is. And every single time I listen or watch that video, it just makes me more and more bullish. So my goal for this month is to have a Constellation DAG node by the next month. But Bitcoin and Constellation DAG are my 2 top buy and hold projects for the foreseeable long term of my portfolio. Now, getting more into like DeFi spaces, Seifu is absolutely my #1 DeFi project that I'm a part of that's giving me not only passive income, but growing my DeFi portfolio as well. Now, I've shown you guys several times how much I've been making here in Seifu, and I started with an initial investment of $16,000, and I started with like 300 or so tokens. And because of the rebases in itself, as well as price appreciation, I have been able to accumulate 1,322 Seifu tokens. Now, the beautiful thing about Seifu, obviously, please do your own research. I'm not going to get into it on this video, is if Seifu at its current price were to drop at $100, my $16,000 investment would still be making me $260,000 by the end of this month. And that's based off of just pure rebases alone. I mean, it can even drop to, let's say, $50, and I would still be sitting at $130,000 in terms of my portfolio. Now, I will say just a couple days ago or last week when it was about $200 or so, I did touch $250,000. My portfolio here did have $250,000 in it. And that's cool. I've told you, if you've been watching my videos for a long time, you will know that I don't really care about this balance because I don't plan to just cash it out. My goal in all of crypto all the time is passive income. This right here is the metric and number I'm interested in, is the daily ROI. So as of right now, if I'm content with $183,000, I can live off of $4,193 every single day. And so right now at its current price of $4,193, and let's just say 58 cents, if I multiply that by 30, I'm still making $125,000 every single month if I were to take profits off of it. Of course, that's gross and not net. That's before the 16% tax, which we could just calculate right here. So let's do 0.16. So let's just say $20,200 needs to be deducted from the overall over here. So let's just subtract 20,200 from this, and I'll still be making a $105,000 salary for 1 month at its current price. So that's always been my end goal in crypto, is to be able to live off of passive income and not just for one fat paycheck that doesn't do anything. So Seifu is my #1 play. The next project that's been giving me passive income is obviously Drip Network. Drip Network has been around since April of last year, so a year and some change now, and has been printing 1% daily consistently for everyone since April of last year. Now, if you take a look at YouTube content creators like Crypto Talk or Stunna Breezy, who really specialize on Drip, they have millions in their drip account. So they were printing anywhere between 10,000, 20,000. I saw Stunna Breezy printing for $50,000 a day because of Drip Network. That's the power of compounding interest. If you take 1% every single day and you plug it into a calculator, you'll see the magic really start to happen in the tail end of your journey. And Drip, I'm just continuing to compound 1% every single day and then take profits every 1 or 2 days as well. So I try to hydrate 1 day or 2 days and then take profits the third. Same thing as I've been doing with Seifu for the longest time. So I'll compound 2 or 3 days and then take profits on the third or fourth day. Now, a lot of people have questions on what I'm eyeballing in the future, something that isn't out just yet. And so obviously make sure you guys do your own research before I announce this next one. But a lot of people that share the same kind of sentiment as I do is looking at Kronos Nodes. They're going to be the second mover in the Kronos chain, followed by Kronos Nodes. This looks like an absolute powerhouse of a project. They're developing so many crazy things. They got their nodes, they got their NFTs, they got their own decks coming out, and their decks alone can be its own project because in their decks, they're going to provide obviously trading, they're going to provide staking, they're going to provide farms, they're going to have their harbors portion of their decks. They're also going to have cross-chain, as well as they're going to have their own in-house oracle. That is guys, that is like mind-blowing alone. And so Kronos Nodes has not released anything as of yet, other than the fact that if we take a look at their Twitter and we type Kronos Nodes, we will see that they did tweet a teaser. I believe it was yesterday. It was this one right here. They said May is going to be a good month. Can you feel it? And so, of course, I replied and retweeted and said, yes, I'm very excited because you guys need to launch because the DeFi space needs you guys right now. And I think it would be an amazing time to launch Kronos Nodes because people are looking for something to survive with in this bear market. And so we're possibly looking at a May launch. Who knows, right? Maybe it's still the next month, but as of right now, there's no official date just yet. Guys, with that being said, this is an important and integral phase in our crypto journey. Bear markets is something that we as true investors look for. These are events that put things on sale, allowing us to load up the truck, allowing us to buy in on sale, and then inevitably when that bear market ends, everyone rides this nice profit margin on the way up. That's where the whole mindset comes in, and that's where the whole mentality comes in. Do not be scared. Do not get shaken out by all the noise, by all the fear, by all the uncertainty, and do not get shaken out by all the doubt. This is the time to really point that compass of, hey, right now there's a lot of fear in the market. That's a time I should be greedy. And that's a time you should find projects that you really believe in. And that's a time to really start loading up the bag. With that being said, obviously, of course, this is not financial advice. This video and this entire channel is meant for education and pure entertainment purposes only. So if you guys did enjoy this video, do me a favor and smashy that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you guys are new to this channel and you did like what you saw, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you guys are notified every single time I upload new content. If you guys have any other questions, just please post them in the comment section below. Life is too freaking short, so eat some delicious food, drink some delicious drinks, do some good in the world, spread some positive vibes, and I'm going to see everyone on the next crypto video next time.